Welcome, beloved soul. Peace rests upon you now, as you breathe in this sacred moment, and allow your spirit to be still before the presence of God. The angels have come close today, and they bring with them a message that touches the deepest part of your heart. They are whispering with such clarity, with such gentleness, with such holy assurance. You will share a last name with this person before the year ends, not as a distant dream, not as a vague hope, but as a living truth that heaven is preparing to unfold in your life. You have waited, haven't you? You have prayed, haven't you? You have wondered if God heard your cries, or if the heavens were silent to your longing. But child of light, you must know this. God does not forget the prayers that come from a heart that believes. He gathers them like seeds, and though the soil may have seemed barren, though the ground may have seemed dry, He has been watering it with His timing. And now, the angels say, the time of blossoming draws near. A covenant of love is being written in heaven, and soon it shall be signed upon the earth. This is not merely about romance, though romance will surely bloom like springtime. This is about destiny. This is about two lives intertwining under the will of God. This is about a last name that will no longer belong to one, but to two who are joined as one flesh. You may feel unworthy of such a promise. You may look at your past, your failures, your scars, and wonder, how could this be for me? But heaven does not see as man sees. Heaven looks not at the mistakes of yesterday, but at the story God Himself is still writing. And beloved, that story has not ended in heartbreak. It has not ended in loneliness. It has not ended in silence. It is being carried forward by the hand of God into a chapter where love is sealed under His blessing. The angels whisper, do not fear the speed of this unfolding. It may seem sudden, almost too quick for your understanding. But God moves outside of time, and when He has ordained a union, no delay, no resistance, no doubt can stand against it. Yes, beloved soul, before this year closes its final page, you will share a last name with this person. Not by human striving, but by divine orchestration. Take this into your heart with reverence, not with rushing, not with forcing, but with surrender. For what God has prepared, He will also bring to pass. And even now, your spirit can sense it. The gentle stirring of recognition. The sacred pull toward someone who feels both new and eternal. The warmth of belonging that no earthly bond could manufacture. This is the work of heaven. This is the weaving of a sacred marriage. This is the answer to prayers you thought were forgotten, but were only waiting for their season to ripen. Beloved, as you listen, breathe. Let your chest rise with hope. Let your heart expand with faith. You are not imagining this word. It is not wishful thinking. It is the Spirit confirming what God is about to do. And as you journey with me through this message, I invite you to walk slowly, to let each word settle into the soil of your heart. For sometimes the greatest miracle is not when the event happens, but when the heart finally believes it can. If this message already resonates in your soul, if you feel heaven's peace moving through you, I humbly ask, pause with me for a moment and consider joining this sacred journey more deeply. You may subscribe to receive more words of peace and guidance that will continue to nurture your faith. You may share your reflections or even your prayer requests in the comments below, for together we form a community of hearts lifting each other before God. And if this message has blessed you in any way, you may choose to bless it back by supporting with a super thanks, not out of obligation, but as a way of helping these words reach more weary souls who are waiting for hope. I am deeply grateful for every act of kindness and every prayer that keeps this stream of light flowing. Now, let us return to what heaven is speaking. The angels say, this union is not a chance encounter, but a preordained design. Before you were formed in your mother's womb, God knew the one who would walk alongside you. Before you could even pronounce their name, heaven had already written your last names together upon its scroll. And though life's storms may have led you through loss, through separations, through detours and doubts. Nothing has erased what God ordained. The one you will share your last name with. They may not be who you expected. They may come clothed in simplicity, but within them rests the treasure of companionship your soul has been aching for. The angels speak. Do not dismiss the humble vessel through which divine love comes. For often, God hides glory in ordinary wrapping, and what appears simple is carrying the weight of heaven's answer. Beloved, your heart may be tempted to fear again. What if it falls apart? What if it is not real? What if I am left alone once more? But God says, fear not. What I have joined, no man shall separate. What I have blessed, no curse can undo. What I have spoken, no silence can erase. This year shall not end in despair. It shall not close in loneliness. It shall seal with covenant, with promise, with union under the shadow of God's wings. Do you feel the shift even now? The air around you carries the fragrance of something holy drawing near. It is not imagination, it is visitation. It is the Spirit preparing your heart for what your hands are about to hold. And so I say again, with the tenderness of heaven, you will share a last name with this person before the year ends. Believe it not because I speak it, but because God Himself confirms it in your innermost being. Hold on to faith, beloved soul. Do not let go now. For the promise is closer than you think. And if this message has touched you, remember once more. You are invited to subscribe, to walk with me in these streams of peace again. You are welcome to share your reflections and your prayers in the comments, where I will hold them in the light of God. And if you feel led, you may bless this work through a super thanks, helping these words reach further to souls who may be silently waiting for a word just like this. Your kindness, your prayers, your presence are all a part of this ministry of light. Rest now in the peace of God. Carry this promise with you like a lantern through the coming days, and know this with unshakable certainty: you are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are beloved. And before the year closes, love will call you by a new name, and you will share a last name with the one God has chosen for you. Peace be with you always, beloved soul. Welcome back to this moment of peace. You have already received the whisper of heaven's promise that before this year comes to its end, you will share a last name with this person God has chosen for you. But today, the angels lead us deeper. They want to prepare your heart so that when the promise comes, you will not only recognize it, but you will be ready to walk in it with faith, humility, and joy. For what good is a gift if the hands are too weary to hold it? What good is a covenant if the heart has not been softened to honor it? So listen, beloved, this is not only about receiving love. It is about becoming the vessel God designed you to be for love to dwell within. The angels whisper, your waiting has not been wasted. Every tear, every lonely night, every unanswered prayer you thought was lost in the wind has been shaping you into the one who can carry this union with grace. You see, marriage is not just two people coming together. It is two stories intertwining under the authorship of God. It is two souls learning to mirror the love of Christ. It is two lives laying themselves down, not to lose, but to find a greater wholeness in God's design. And this is why your path was not rushed. This is why your heart had to walk through valleys before standing on the mountain. This is why the year did not begin with the covenant, but will end with it, because God has been preparing both of you, sanding away the rough edges, teaching you patience, building within you the strength to carry joy without fear. Beloved, do not despise your preparation. It is not punishment. It is protection. It is the Father's way of ensuring that when you say yes to this person, your yes will echo into eternity. And the angels say, this person is being prepared in the same way. Though you may not see it now, though you may not know every detail of their journey, they too have been walking through refining fires. They too have been waiting for the moment when God's timing aligns your steps. Perhaps they prayed for you without knowing your face. Perhaps they dreamed of you without knowing your name. Perhaps their heart has longed for a peace they could not explain, a peace that will finally arrive when your lives become one. And when that day comes, you will not feel the need to force it. You will not feel the need to chase it. You will not feel the need to doubt it. Because the Spirit will bear witness in you, saying, yes, this is the one. Yes, this is the time. Yes, this is the covenant heaven has prepared. And before this year closes its final breath, you will share a last name with this person. But beloved, hear me. Sharing a name is not only about legal papers or spoken vows. It is about spiritual inheritance. It is about being grafted into a lineage of destiny. It is about two bloodlines converging into one story that glorifies God. When you take on this new name, you are stepping into a new chapter of identity. And when they take your name, they too are stepping into a holy calling. Together, you will build what could never have been built alone. So the angels lay aside bitterness, for love cannot grow in soil poisoned by resentment. Lay aside fear, for fear will choke the seed of covenant before it blossoms. Lay aside doubt, for doubt blinds the eyes from seeing the gift when it stands before you. Instead, clothe yourself with hope. Clothe yourself with patience. Clothe yourself with trust. Clothe yourself with faith that God is faithful and that He will finish what He has begun. And beloved, while we walk through these truths together, I humbly pause to extend a gentle invitation. If this message speaks to your heart and brings you peace, you are welcome to subscribe so that this stream of sacred words may continue to flow into your life. You are welcome to share your thoughts, your reflections, or even your prayer requests in the comments. For we are not walking alone. We are a family of souls encouraging one another in God's love. And if your heart feels moved, you may also support this work with a super thanks. Not out of duty, but as a way of carrying this light further, so that others who are weary and searching may also find the word they have been praying for. Every kind act, every prayer, every share is a seed that grows into eternal fruit. Now, let us return to the angel's whisper. They say the union that is coming will be marked by peace. Not chaos, not confusion, not endless striving. For God is not the author of confusion, but of peace. And when His hand brings two together, the peace will be so undeniable that even your fears will bow before it. Yes, there may be challenges. Yes, there may be adjustments. But at the core, there will be peace. A peace that says, this is safe, this is holy, this is God, and beloved, you may already sense it. The gentle stirring of excitement you cannot explain. The quiet reassurance that something is shifting around you. The dreams, the signs, the confirmations that keep finding their way to you. Do not dismiss them. Do not call them coincidence. For heaven rarely speaks in thunder. Most often, it speaks in whispers. And you have been hearing those whispers. The angels say your spirit already knows. And soon, your eyes will see what your heart has long carried in faith. So when you begin to feel the nearness of this promise, do not resist it. Do not question it until it breaks under the weight of doubt. Instead, rest, trust, receive, for God is bringing forth the covenant you have prayed for. And He is bringing it in His perfect timing, before the year ends. And so, beloved, I remind you once more, this is not about rushing. This is not about striving. This is not about making something happen by your own strength. It is about resting in the one who makes all things beautiful in their time. The time is coming. The year is nearing its close. And you, dear soul, will step into the newness of sharing a last name with this person heaven has chosen. And as this truth settles in your spirit, I gently ask again, if these words bring you light, subscribe and remain close, so that your soul may be continually nourished with words of peace. Share your reflections, your prayers, or your silent longings in the comments below, for together we rise in faith. And if your heart desires to extend generosity, a super thanks is a way to help this channel continue carrying the flame of encouragement to others. Every act of kindness is felt deeply, and every listener is cherished beyond words. So hold this truth close, beloved. Do not let it slip from your grasp. For heaven has spoken, and the angels are near, and the time is at hand. You will share a last name with this person. Not in some distant age, but before this year ends. Let peace cover you now. Let hope anchor you now. Let faith strengthen you now. And when the day arrives, you will look back on this very moment, and you will say, yes, the angel spoke true. Yes, God is faithful. Yes, His promises never fail. Rest in this assurance, and let your soul be still. Beloved soul, welcome once again. You have walked with me through the whispers of heaven's promise. You have received the gentle assurance that before this year closes, you will share a last name with the person God has chosen for you. And now, the angels desire to bring you into a deeper knowing, not only of what is coming, but of how to walk into it, how to carry it, and how to let this sacred covenant bear fruit in your life. For marriage is not the end of a journey, beloved. It is the beginning of one. It is not the closing of a chapter, but the opening of a greater book. It is not merely the fulfillment of longing. It is the doorway into destiny. The angels whisper, this union will be more than romance. It will be a ministry. It will be a testimony. It will be a living sign that God is faithful to complete what He begins. For when two become one, it is not only hearts that are joined. It is purposes. It is callings. It is futures. And the covenant will ripple far beyond the two of you, touching lives, touching generations, touching eternity. Beloved, imagine this with me for a moment. Imagine waking and knowing you no longer walk alone. Imagine a hand that reaches for yours in prayer. Imagine a voice that speaks blessings over your weary days. Imagine a home that resounds not with conflict, but with peace. Imagine the covering of a covenant where God Himself is the foundation. This is not fantasy. This is not wishful dreaming. This is the vision heaven has been preparing to unfold in your life, and soon, very soon, your last name will bear witness to it. But beloved, before you enter it, you must understand, this covenant is holy. It requires reverence. It requires surrender. It requires that you bring not only your love, but your whole self before God, so that He may shape you into a partner who reflects His heart. The angels say, do not fear the weight of it. For the same God who is bringing this covenant forth will also give you the grace to live it well. You need not be perfect to receive it. You need only be willing. You need only be surrendered. You need only trust that His strength is made perfect in your weakness. And when you stand with this person, when the vows are spoken, when the last name is shared, heaven will not only witness, heaven will rejoice. For this union is not only for your joy, it is for God's glory. Beloved, the angels show me that your heart may tremble at the thought of change. For change, even when it is beautiful, can still feel like loss, the loss of what was, the loss of who you were before. But remember, when God asks you to release, it is always to give you more. When He calls you into something new, it is always because it is better. When He unites two into one, it is always because together they will fulfill what they could never fulfill apart. So let your heart not be afraid of change, for change is the doorway to promise, and promise is what you are walking into now. Beloved, as you continue to let these words flow into your spirit, I pause once more with deep humility. If these messages have nourished your soul and strengthened your hope, you are welcome to subscribe, to remain close to this stream of peace. You are welcome to share your reflections, your stories, your prayer requests in the comments below. For together, as one family in spirit, we lift one another higher. And if you feel led, you may also choose to support this channel with a super thanks. Not as a transaction, but as a seed of kindness that allows these words to continue reaching others who need them as much as you do. Every prayer, every share, every act of love helps light spread further into the world. And for that I am deeply, deeply grateful. Now, beloved soul, hear the final piece of heaven's message. The angels say, when the covenant comes, honor it daily. Do not let routine dull its wonder. Do not let the weight of life overshadow its beauty. Remember that every day you rise beside this person, you are living inside a miracle. Remember that every time you speak their last name as your own, you are testifying to heaven's faithfulness. Remember that every act of love, every moment of patience, every prayer you lift together is weaving a legacy that will outlast you both. This is the holiness of marriage. It is not just love, it is worship. It is not just companionship, it is covenant. It is not just the joining of two, it is the revealing of God's love in the world. Beloved, hold this truth gently. Your union will not be perfect. There will be days of testing. There will be misunderstandings. There will be moments of weakness. But those will not break you. They will refine you. They will strengthen you. They will remind you that the one who brought you together is the same one who will keep you together. For God Himself is the third strand in your cord. And a cord of 3 strands is not easily broken. So walk boldly into this promise. Do not shrink back. Do not second guess. Do not fear. Instead, lift your eyes. For the time is at hand. The year is nearing its close. And the angels have declared it true. You will share a last name with this person. And when that moment comes, do not forget these days of waiting. Do not forget the prayers you once prayed through tears. Do not forget the nights you wondered if God had heard you. For in the joy of fulfillment, you will see clearly that He was faithful all along. And beloved, your testimony will not only be for you, it will be for others. Others who are still waiting, others who are still weeping, others who are still wondering if God has forgotten them. Your covenant will become their hope. Your last name will become their reminder. Your love will become their sign. So carry it with humility. Carry it with gratitude. Carry it with reverence. For this union is not only a gift to you, it is a gift through you to the world. And so I close with this assurance. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are seen. You are chosen. You are beloved. And before the year ends, you will share a last name with this person. And heaven will smile as its promise becomes your reality. Peace rest upon you. Hope remain in you. Faith carry you forward. And love eternal, love divine, love unbreakable, be yours forevermore. Beloved soul, you have walked with me through this journey. You have heard the angels whisper of the promise. You have opened your heart to believe. And now, as we draw near to the fulfillment, the Spirit desires to teach you how to live inside the miracle once it comes. For the angels do not simply come to announce what will happen. They come to prepare your spirit to walk in it. And they say to you now, before this year closes, you will share a last name with this person. But it is not only the receiving of the promise that matters. It is how you carry it, how you nurture it, how you honor it. Beloved, the moment will come when love becomes covenant. The day will arrive when your name is joined with theirs. The vows will be spoken, and heaven will rejoice. But listen closely, that day is not the finish line. It is the beginning of a new path, a path that God Himself has designed for you both to walk upon. The angels say, this union is a testimony. It will stand as a witness to the world that God is faithful, that waiting is not in vain, that prayer is never wasted. Your life together will not only bring you joy, it will bring light to others. When people see your love, they will be reminded that heaven still moves in the affairs of man. When they hear your story, they will know that God writes the best endings, even when the middle chapters are filled with pain. So walk into this covenant with humility. For it is not given for pride, but for praise. It is not given for display, but for devotion. It is not given for earthly glory, but for eternal fruit. Beloved, there will be days of great joy, days when laughter fills your home, days when you will feel the beauty of belonging. There will also be days of challenge, days when patience will be tested, days when forgiveness will be needed. But remember, the same God who joined you together will be the one who keeps you together. And if you keep him at the center, no storm will uproot what has been planted. Every time you speak this shared last name, let it remind you that you are not walking alone. Every time you write it, let it remind you of God's faithfulness. Every time you hear it, let it remind you of the covenant that heaven itself celebrates. And beloved, prepare even now to love selflessly. For true love is not in what you receive, but in what you give. True love is not in what is easy, but in what endures. True love is not in perfection, but in choosing each other, again and again, with God's love as your guide. The angels say, this love will sanctify you. It will teach you more about God's heart than you have ever known. For in loving and being loved, you will glimpse the eternal mystery that God is love, and all who live in love live in him. So when the covenant comes, treasure it. Do not take it lightly. Do not allow routine to dull its wonder. Do not allow fear to steal its joy. Instead, rise each day with gratitude. Pray together, forgive quickly, celebrate often, and let your home be filled with peace. Beloved, as you carry this message in your heart, I pause once more with gentleness. If these words are bringing light into your spirit, I humbly invite you to subscribe so that you may continue walking in this stream of sacred encouragement. You are welcome to share your reflections, your prayers, your hopes in the comments below, for we walk not alone, but as a family of faith. And if this message has blessed you and you feel led in your spirit, you may also offer a super thanks. It is not asked out of obligation, but out of gratitude. For every seed of support allows these words to travel further, reaching others who are waiting for hope just as you once were. Your kindness, your presence, your prayers, they are all part of this work of light. Now let us return to the angel's final word. They say, when you look back on this year, it will not be remembered as a year of loss, nor a year of emptiness, but as the year of fulfillment, the year of covenant, the year when heaven's word became your reality. Before the year ends, your name will no longer stand alone. It will be joined with another, sealed in love, sealed in faith, sealed in destiny. This union will not end with you. It will flow outward into generations. It will birth blessings you cannot yet see. It will carry heaven's fingerprint into the earth. So take courage, beloved soul. Do not lose heart in these final days of waiting. Do not let weariness rob you of wonder. Do not let fear silence your faith, for the angels have spoken, and the Spirit has confirmed. You will share a last name with this person before the year ends, and when that day comes, lift your eyes to heaven and say with joy, the Lord has done this, and it is marvelous in my eyes. Beloved, you are seen, you are chosen, you are cherished, and you are being led into a covenant that will testify of God's goodness forever. Rest now in this promise, and let peace cover you like a mantle, for the time is near, and the word of the Lord is sure. Beloved soul, welcome again to this sacred space of stillness and truth. The Spirit has drawn you here, not by chance, not by accident, but by divine timing. And the message today continues to flow from the heart of heaven. You are being led toward a covenant, a union, a sacred partnership that will not just change your days, but will redefine your destiny. Angels are whispering still, before the year ends, you will share a last name with the one God has chosen for you. This promise is not for your distraction, not for shallow hope, but for your strengthening. For the journey of love, especially when guided by God, is a journey of trust, of surrender, of holy expectation. You may feel weary from past seasons where promises seemed delayed, where love felt distant, where others misunderstood the depth of your longing. But heaven sees what you carry in secret, the prayers you whispered at night, the tears you hid from others, the faith you tried to hold on to, even when the waiting felt heavy. And now God is saying, the waiting has not been wasted. Every moment was preparation. Every delay was alignment. Every silence was heaven's way of bringing things into order. The angels reveal that the one whose name you will carry is being prepared with just as much care as you. Their heart is being refined. Their spirit is being awakened. Their soul is being shaped for covenant love. Because God does not bring two half-prepared people together. He brings forth wholeness. He births readiness. He ordains timing. And you, beloved, are stepping into that timing now. The sacred union you long for is not just about companionship, not just about earthly joy. It is about the kingdom. Two lives merging into one purpose. Two voices becoming a song of worship. Together. Two hearts walking as a testimony of God's faithfulness. This is why the angels say you will share a last name, because covenant is more than romance. It is a witness of God's promises fulfilled. Take a deep breath. Dear one, release the fear that still lingers. Let go of the thought that perhaps love is not for you. Let go of the old story that told you rejection defines you. God is writing something new. He is not recycling your past. He is redeeming it. He is not repeating old heartbreaks. He is creating holy breakthroughs. Even now, your spirit can feel the shift. Even now, your heart is sensing the quiet assurance. And the angels are saying, trust this stirring. It is the whisper of destiny. If this word is resonating with you, I gently invite you to make space in your heart, not only to receive it, but to walk with us as we continue releasing these messages of peace and divine truth. You may subscribe to this channel to keep receiving gentle reminders that strengthen your soul. You may share this message with someone else who needs the hope you are hearing right now. And if this word has blessed you, you may humbly support the mission through a super thanks. Every offering helps this light reach more souls who are searching in the dark. But above all, your presence here, your heart open before God, is already a gift beyond words. Now, beloved, listen carefully. There are signs already being released in your path. You may notice repeated encounters with certain names, certain numbers, certain reminders of covenant. Perhaps you have been dreaming of marriage more than usual. Perhaps you have been sensing a pull toward preparation, even without knowing why. This is not random. It is the Spirit stirring you, aligning you, reminding you that heaven is near. The angels want you to know that your union will not be rushed, but it will also not be delayed. The pace will be holy, the timing perfect. You will know it not by the flutter of temporary excitement, but by the peace that will rest upon you both. A peace that feels like home, a love that feels like prayer, a bond that feels like destiny. This is what you are stepping into. This is what heaven is preparing. And as this year unfolds, your testimony will be that God has not forgotten you. Your testimony will be that love came, not when you forced it, but when you trusted Him. Your testimony will be that before the year ended, you stood in covenant, sharing not only a last name, but a life, a love, and a calling ordained by God. Rest in this, beloved. Trust in this, and keep walking in faith, for the angels walk with you still. Welcome back, beloved soul. I pray you are here with an open heart, ready to let heaven speak softly into your spirit once again. The angels are still whispering about what God is aligning in your life. They are still pointing you toward the truth that your story is not yet complete. And the sacred union God is preparing for you is drawing closer every single day. This is not a coincidence that you are here, still listening, still longing, still holding on to the hope that God's promise will be fulfilled. The Spirit says, before this year ends, you will not only see love, but you will share your life, your faith, and yes, even your last name with the one God has appointed for you. I know your soul has carried many questions. When, Lord? How, Lord? Who, Lord? And in the silence, your heart has sometimes grown weary. But listen, beloved, silence does not mean absence. When God is quiet, He is arranging. When God seems still, He is building foundations. And when you cannot see, heaven sees everything. The one whose last name you will share has also been walking their own journey of waiting and preparing. Too have been tested. They too have felt the sting of delay. But God has been shaping them just as He has been shaping you, because the union He is preparing cannot be rushed. And it cannot be half-formed. It must be whole. It must be rooted in love. It must be guided by His Spirit. The angels are saying something very clearly now. What God joins together cannot be undone by man. No storm, no distance, no fear can take apart what heaven itself has blessed. And that is why your story has taken the time it has. Not to punish you, not to forget you, but to strengthen what would otherwise be fragile. To turn two searching souls into one steadfast union. Beloved, imagine the moment your name and theirs are spoken together. Not just in passing, not just in conversation, but as one. Imagine the beauty of seeing their last name become your own. This is more than romance. This is covenant. This is not about paper or legality, but about heaven's signature over your destiny. When two become one in God's plan, everything shifts. Your prayers multiply in power. Your light grows brighter. Your mission becomes clearer, and your love becomes a living testimony of God's faithfulness. I sense so deeply that some of you listening have given up hope. You've said in your heart, it may never happen for me. But the angels are reminding you right now, do not bury what God has planted. Do not grieve what heaven has not finished. The year is not over, and heaven does not need months to move. It only takes one divine moment. One encounter, one word, one open door. And suddenly, what felt like a lifetime of waiting makes sense. Beloved soul, let this sink deeply into you. God has not forgotten your name, and He has not overlooked your prayers. Your tears have not been wasted. Your longing has not been in vain. Every lonely night, every unanswered prayer, every hidden ache has been gathered into His hands. And now, as the year draws on, the angels are rejoicing because the pieces are finally aligning. There's a peace that will wash over you when you meet them. Not fireworks, not chaos. But peace, because the soul recognizes what God has ordained. There's no striving in covenant love. There is no pretending, no forcing, no guessing. It feels like rest. It feels like home. And the Spirit whispers, it will happen sooner than you think. Pause with me here. Beloved. Take a deep breath. Rest in this truth. God is writing your love story, and the angels are watching over every line. If this message has touched your spirit, I invite you to walk with us further in this journey. Subscribe so you never miss the words heaven is sending to guide your heart. Share your reflections or your prayer requests in the comments below, because when we pray for one another, God's presence multiplies among us. And if this word has blessed you, consider supporting with a super thanks. It is never required, but always received with gratitude, for it allows this sacred message to reach more weary souls who need a reminder of God's love. Now let us continue. The angels are revealing that the one whose last name you will share has also been carrying you in prayer, even if they did not know it was you. Their spirit has longed for you. Their heart has been calling out for you. There were moments they felt incomplete, not realizing that their other half was being prepared. Across time and space. This is why, when you meet, there will be a deep sense of recognition. As if you have known each other forever. As if your souls have met before. Because in truth, they have within the heart of God, before the foundations of the world, your names were already written together. This is not a sudden plan. This is an eternal plan. Your last names joining will only be the outward sign of what heaven already declared long ago. Beloved, do you see the beauty? Do you see why the wait has been worth it? Not because life has been easy, not because the journey has been painless, but because God's timing ensures that nothing is wasted and nothing is broken beyond His repair. Every broken relationship before this, every goodbye, every tear-stained prayer has been pointing you toward the one He has kept for you. The angels say, they will honor you, they will cherish you, they will protect what God has entrusted to them. They will not take lightly the covenant that binds you, because when God gives, He also gives the grace to treasure. And so, your future spouse will see you not just as a partner, but as a gift. They will hold your hand with reverence. They will speak your name with gratitude. They will treat your soul with gentleness. And together, you will carry one another closer to God. Yes, you will share their last name, but more than that, you will share their calling. You will share their prayers. You will share their victories. And when trials come, as they surely will, you will share the strength that only God can give, because marriage is not about perfection, that it is about covenant, that it is about choosing one another daily. It is about forgiving often. It is about returning to love again and again, even when it is tested. And this is why God is sending you someone prepared not just to love you, but to walk with you through everything. Beloved, hear me clearly. The story is not over. The year is not finished, and God is not done. The angels are smiling even now, for they see what you cannot yet see. They see the day you will stand before God and man, no longer two, but one. They see the joy that will overflow. They see the love that will endure. They see the covenant that will bless generations after you. And they whisper, hold on. Stay faithful. Keep your eyes lifted. For soon, it will all come together. Rest your heart tonight knowing this. Before the year ends, heaven's promise will meet you face to face, and your name, joined with theirs, will testify that God writes the best stories. Beloved soul, if this message has stirred your heart, do not let it fade. Subscribe, so you may continue walking in this journey of peace and guidance. Leave your prayer requests in the comments, so we may lift one another before the Lord. Share this message with someone whose heart is weary, someone who needs a reminder that God is still working. And if you feel led, bless this channel with a super thanks, so that more souls may be touched by heaven's gentle word. With gratitude, with peace, and with love, I bless you. Go in faith. Beloved. The angels are watching, and God is guiding every step. Welcome back. Beloved soul, you have walked with me through many words, many reflections, many gentle whispers of heaven, and yet the message continues to unfold. Angels do not speak in hurried tones. They speak in steady rivers, streams of living water flowing, slowly, cleansing and nourishing. And so again, I come to remind you, the year has not ended, and God has not forgotten. You will not remain nameless in this season. You will not remain overlooked, unseen, or unchosen. For heaven is confirming what your heart already feels, that before this year turns its final page, a covenant of love will be sealed over your life. A name will be shared. A new chapter will be written. And God will be glorified through the union of two souls. He Himself has joined. Do not worry about the how. Do not stress about the when. Do not question the who, because when it is God's design, every detail aligns without forcing, without striving, without fear. Your part is trust. Your part is surrender. Your part is to walk with peace and let the hand of God write the story He has been planning since before you were born. There are angels standing beside you even now. There are angels clearing paths you cannot see. There are angels whispering reassurance to your weary heart that what God spoke will not return void. This person you will share a last name with. They are also being prepared. They are also being awakened. They are also learning, in their own quiet way, to trust the one who is weaving your destinies together. Perhaps you feel the wait has been too long. Perhaps you have cried out, "Lord, when will it be my turn?" Beloved, God has seen every tear, and none of them have fallen to the ground without His notice. He is not delaying out of cruelty. He is not withholding out of indifference. He is shaping both of you so that when you finally meet at the altar, the bond will be unshakable. Listen carefully, dear one. When God joins two souls, He does so not for a fleeting season, but for a lasting testimony. He does so not to fill loneliness only, but to expand His kingdom through the love you will carry together. You will not just wear the name of another. You will carry the calling of another. And together, you will walk in divine purpose. Do not be surprised if in these coming days, your spirit feels lighter. Do not be surprised if your heart begins to sense a peace that does not make sense. When you subscribe, you are saying, "Yes, I choose to walk daily with the reminders of heaven." And if your heart is stirred with prayer, please share your reflections in the comments. Your words may become the balm for another soul searching for hope. And if you know someone who needs this reminder, someone weary from waiting, share this message with them. Sometimes a single word at the right time is the very thing that rescues a life from despair. If you feel led, and only if your heart agrees, you can also bless this channel through a super thanks. Every support becomes a seed that allows these gentle words to continue flowing out into the world, reaching souls who sit quietly in darkness, waiting for light. It is never taken lightly, and I thank you deeply. Now let us return to the promise. Before the year ends, you will no longer walk as one who wonders if love was meant for you. You will walk as one who knows that heaven saw you worthy of covenant, and when you sign that name, when you carry it as your own, let it be a reminder every day, not just of love between two hearts, but of God's faithfulness that never fails. So keep your head lifted. Keep your faith steady. Keep your spirit open. The angels are still moving. Heaven is still aligning. And the year is not over. God's word to you stands unshaken. You will share a last name with this person before the year ends. Rest in this truth tonight, dear one. Carry it with peace tomorrow, and let it guide your steps into the future God has already prepared. You are loved. You are chosen. You are already written into the story of divine union. Go in peace, beloved soul. The angels go with you.